kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiging helasang silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa mandulupin, di ka pasisingin, sa nagagang tutok sa simoy at sa langit ang bagaw, ay hinatang tulad, awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng matawad ko'y tagumpay na nag-iingin, ang bituin at araw niya kailan ang may di magtitingin. Lumalang araw ng walhagin pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya na pagkay mga akin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo. Raise our flag, Christ thy heart, embrace the pride in our heart. Prosperity to last, we care to share together for us young. We care to share, for it's the way of
Preview.
Welcome to the first ever among the 4 series of this webinar. This is the International Entrepreneurship Lecture Series. I am Maria Farzanea C. Santos, the Master of Ceremony for this webinar. Salamat pagi, terima kasih telah berada di sini bersama kami hari ini. Saya Maria Farzanea C. Santos. Saya akan menjadi pembawa acara Anda untuk acara ini. Selamat datang. Today is another special event for our department because we are with special guests and guest speaker, not just from our country, but also from Indonesia. Indonesia has been one of the countries that I've been dreaming to visit, not just because of the food, the places, the temples, but because of the practices that most people do in their country. But today, we are fortunate enough to dig into deeper detail on what they have to share for us in their perspective when it comes to the entrepreneurial world. I'm excited to hear and relate what we have learned here in the Philippines to what can Indonesia enlighten us more about entrepreneurship. To officially start, may I call on the Assistant Dean of Rizal Technological University, si Bea John Eric Estrellado, for the welcome remarks. A round of virtual applause.
All right, thank you, Maria. Great morning, everyone. In behalf of our College Dean, Dr. Leonila Crisostomo, the Director of the University Center for International Linkages, Dr. Christine Y. Ocolencia, the academic heads and the faculty members of the College of Business, Entrepreneurship, and Accountancy. We would like to extend our greetings and thanksgiving to all the participants of this International Entrepreneurship Lecture Series. Let me take this opportunity to wish all of you and your families this time of the year. Now that the semester is almost over here in RTU, the CBEA and our institution is about to realize another set. Programs like this just made the semester even more meaningful, especially that we have our brothers and sisters from Indonesia. To our guests and partners from the University Merdeka Malang, Dr. Sunard, Mr. Krisnanda, and Dr. Rispandini, thank you for extending your time and efforts to share what you have, as well as by serving as inspirations to us here in the Philippines. Terima kasih for partnering with us. We are hoping that we continue to work together in our future events. And of course, to our delegates, you are the focus of this collective effort. Thank you for your hard work and active participation. Enjoy this opportunity and exposure given to us. In order to promote economic expansion and development, entrepreneurship is deemed essential. Therefore, government, the industry, and the academe have been making a lot of effort to encourage entrepreneurship. You could be the source of the next wave of entrepreneurs. Therefore, fostering an innovative spirit among us is an essential part of promoting entrepreneurship. The practical approach to encourage you about entrepreneurship is through this kind of training, which this program attempts to provide participants with necessary information and skills. I hope this event in particular will help us identify ways to excel in business. Thanks to the RTU International Linkages and External Affairs, Professor Donato Estocada and the BS Entrepreneurship Department, they have been working together facilitating a program like this. The college is always excited for this kind of endeavors because we know how this kind of gatherings work. It will not just to educate, but it will also help people become resilient, open-minded, and future-ready. So as a university, we pledge and commit ourselves into this purpose of molding future businessmen, problem solvers, economic leaders, and nation builders. We thank you, everyone, most warmly for your participation, and we wish you all the success with this program.
Thank you very much, Dean Estrellado, for the words that ever welcome the students here in our university, and for sure our guests from University of Merdeka, Malang. And to proceed, we are going to hear an inspirational message from the University of Merdeka, Malang. To start off, may I call on Dr. Sunardi, S.E.M. A virtual applause.
I mute myself.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, salam dari Universitas Merdeka Malang. Yang saya hormati Dr. Christine, Direktur UCILIA, Dr. Garvida, Executive Vice President RTU, dan Bapak Ibu dosen Rizal Technology University. Adalah suatu kehormatan bagi saya untuk membuka acara kelas kewirausahaan internasional yang diselenggarakan atas kerjasama Rizal Technology University dan Universitas Merdeka Malang. Saya menghargai inisiatif ini sebagai bentuk kerjasama universitas kita, sehingga acara ini dapat menambah wawasan bagi mahasiswa kita, terutama dalam bidang kewirausahaan. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Vice Rector Sunardi.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sunardi. I am most sure that our spirits has been uplifted by your words of wisdom. It's our pleasure to hear from you and experience this moment. And now, here's the most awaited part for this event. We are about to listen to the actual topic of this webinar. May I call on Ms. Glichelle A. Faliero for the introduction of the resource speaker from Rizal Technological University, Philippines.
Okay, good morning. Am I audible, Farza?
Yes, Miss.
All right. Good morning to all of you. So it is my pleasure to present to you our first speaker for today's webinar. He is a graduate of the Bachelor of Science in Accountancy at the Mindanao State University, a graduate of Masters in Business Administration at the Far Eastern University, Manila, Philippines, and currently he is undertaking a doctorate degree in Business Administration at Polytechnic State University. He is the head of the Entrepreneurship Department and the unit head for International Assistance here at Rizal Technological University, where he is rendering his excellent skills, exceptional service, and expertise. Our resource speaker is also a member of numerous associations and has received several awards, such as Scholarship Grant for Graduate School Einstein University de London in 2020, which shows his outstanding performance in his career. Furthermore, he actively participated in trainings and has various speaking engagements in all parts of our country and even outside the Philippines. With 20 years of combined professional experience in entrepreneurship, operations, marketing, financial management, accounting, and teaching, he is competent enough to share practical insights to ensure a more meaningful learning experience for everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our dearest department head, Professor Donato Zay Estocada.
Thank you so much for that nice introduction, Ma'am Glichelle. Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning to our friends from Indonesia. Selamat pagi. Good morning, Dr. Sunardi, Mr. Rulli, Krisnanda, and Dr. Andini. Now, before I'm going to proceed to my talk, I would like to call in Dr. Andini to translate the message of Dr. Sunardi. Ma'am Andini, please come in. You are on mute, ma'am. Dr. Andini, please unmute your microphone. Cannot unmute. Oh, Sir Christopher, please assist Dr. Andini. She cannot unmute herself. Thank you.
Unmute. All
Okay.
right. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Good morning. Greetings from University of Merdeka, Malang. Honorable Director of UCILEA, Dr. Christine Opulencia, Executive Vice President of RTU, Dr. Mark D.G. Gavida, and all the faculty members of Rizal Technological University. It is an honor for me to open this International Entrepreneurship Lecture Series presented by the cooperation of Rizal Technological University and University of Merdeka, Malang. I really appreciate this initiative as one of the form of our cooperation implementation. I hope this lecture series will broaden the knowledge of our students, especially in entrepreneurship. Thank you. Salamat po.
Thank you so much, Dr. Andini. Okay, so to all the faculty members as well of Merdeka Malang University, thank you also for joining us today in the first part of our lecture series. Okay, so thank you, Ma'am Andini and the whole team from the University of Merdeka Malang for the support in order to have this program started already. Of course, with the help of the University Center for International Linkages and External Affairs of the Rizal Technological University. Okay, so let me start now with my presentation. So the title of the topic of my presentation is Entrepreneurship, What You Need to Know. So later on, Mr. Rulli, Krisnanda will join us in the discussion. Thank you so much. So may I have, I will share now my screen. Okay, so I have titled my topic as Entrepreneurship, What You Need to Know. So after my discussions, the participants would be able to understand the perspectives of entrepreneurship, the importance of entrepreneurship, how the entrepreneurship has changed the world, and also I'm going to share some tips on how to become a successful entrepreneur. Okay, so before that, let me share to you this video about how has the entrepreneurship changed the world. Okay. One moment, please. Share, sorry.
Humans are the smartest and strongest species on the planet. We have always been this way. Innovators, game changers, catalysts. From cavemen who invented fire to the astronaut who landed on the moon, we have come a long way. We have always been progressive. It's in our nature to innovate and evolve. This enterprising trait of ours is what makes us entrepreneurs. A special breed of inspired individuals who look at the world as it exists and find a way to make it better. Benjamin Franklin gave the world electricity. Henry Ford made automobiles available to the general public. Fred Smith showed us that messages and packages can be delivered faster than speed post. Steve Jobs single-handedly invoked the epic saga of the digital revolution. By their sheer zeal and passion, these entrepreneurs have been transforming the world around us. Did you know an idea that came to a young man from the Ukraine is impacting your life at this very moment? Jan Koum migrated to the US at the young age of 16. As an immigrant, he had to undergo a lot of struggle and hardship. Yet he grew up to be a software programmer and landed himself a job in Yahoo. But Koum quit his day job to pursue his passion and started developing his flagship product, a mobile app. There were times when he survived on food stamps collected at local stations because he couldn't even afford meals. But in spite of all the challenges and hurdles, he persevered. Eventually, Koum's mobile app replaced SMS. The world had found a new way of communicating. His creation was later acquired by Facebook for $19 billion US. It's quite possible you may not know who Jan Koum is, but it's impossible you haven't heard about his creation. You know it as WhatsApp. Salman Khan, better known as Sal Khan, was happy with his investment banking job. Occasionally, Sal Khan used to tutor his cousins who lived in a different city. This was an era when YouTube was just getting noticed. Sal Khan figured he could use this new channel of communication to impart education. Following the unexpected positive responses he received for his pilot video, Sal Khan decided to turn his idea into a non-profit organization offering video-based learning. He called his offering free, world-class education for anyone, anywhere. Today, Sal Khan is known globally as a superstar educator, and his Khan Academy is a multi-million-dollar company with more than 5,000 instructional videos and 4 million exercises. It caters to a staggering 10 million viewers per month. Now, imagine an ordinary English teacher from a remote part of China being interviewed by none other than the President of the United States. Jack Ma, while visiting a friend in the US, stumbled onto the concept of internet. As much as he found the idea intriguing, he was also disappointed to know that China didn't have an identity on the internet. He was so moved by this that he made it his mission to turn things around. He quit his job, roped in his friends, and started an internet company in China, or rather, for China. That's how Alibaba came into existence. Today, 15 years later, Alibaba is one of the few non-American e-commerce companies and is one of the world's highest market capitalized companies today. What if these brilliant individuals chose not to pursue their ideas, or succumbed to the pressure of their fellow naysayers, or just quit midway in their pursuit? How far would have mankind evolved in each scenario? Thankfully, these entrepreneurs didn't give up on their passion. They didn't wait for resources to be available or for the situation to be favorable. They just got started. Initially, it may have been a personal goal, but in due time, these entrepreneurs transformed the society around them. So-called challenges or lack of resources are not factors that deter entrepreneurs. All it takes is passion and the ability to think like an entrepreneur, and you can change the world.
All right, so you can change the world. Once again, good morning everyone, and to our friends from Indonesia, selamat pagi. Okay, so have you liked the video, or did you enjoy the video? Can I see your excitement for today's discussion? I want to see your heart reactions and your smile. So please send me your hearts and your smiles so that I can be more energetic and more enthusiastic or more exciting as I am going to deliver my presentation for today. Thank you, for the floods of hearts. Okay, so let me proceed now to my presentation. All right, so it is said that entrepreneurship is about changing the world. No, it's about changing the world. Okay, so all successful entrepreneurs from the Medicis and Amerigo Vespucci to Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg have historically shown a great capacity to shape, change, and shift the world. Entrepreneurs are focused on the future, okay, and improving it, and they are the key players in the society who choose action over inaction. Entrepreneurs change the world by encouraging innovation. Now, the social entrepreneurs such as Mother Teresa have also worked to change the world. Now, no matter your forte, if you are an entrepreneur, you seek change. No, entrepreneurs all set to solve a problem. That is their purpose. Now, with entrepreneurship, you get a progress driven by purpose, which is necessary for real change. Now, even entrepreneurs who fail can teach the world something from their failure. Now, the creator of Napster, for example, might not have succeeded in keeping his business alive, but he forever changed the music industry. Now, according to Robert Karatko, he said that entrepreneurs are individuals who recognize opportunities where others see chaos and confusion. They are the aggressive catalyst for change within the marketplace because they bring systemic change within the marketplace. Now, the entrepreneurs have been compared to Olympic athletes, okay, challenging themselves to break new barriers, to long distance runners as well, dealing with the agony of miles, meaning entrepreneurship journey is not just a one-day event of their lives or 1 week event of their lives, but it's a long journey with the end goal of getting into the finish line. Now, the entrepreneurs also have been compared to an orchestra conductor, who balances the different sounds and scales into a cohesive whole. Such a fantastic scales. Okay, so let me proceed now to the next slide. Okay, so what is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is the dynamic process of creating an incremental wealth. Now, the wealth is created by individuals who assume the major risks in terms of equity, time, and or career commitment of providing value for some product or service. Now, the word entrepreneur is from the French word entreprendre, meaning to undertake. The entrepreneur is one who undertakes and organize, manage, and assume the risk of business. Okay, when I say chicken, you say nuggets. Okay, let's do a sample. Chicken.
Nuggets.
I want to hear
Nuggets.
louder voices from the participants. Chicken.
Nuggets.
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 Thank you. So let me proceed now. So kanina, I've shown you a video about how the entrepreneurship has changed the world. Okay, here is an example. Here are some examples of the famous entrepreneurs who have actually disrupted the whole industry and even changed the way we live. The first one is Thomas Edison. Now, Thomas Edison, okay, he is one of the most prominent entrepreneurs of his time. He was a prolific inventor holding 1093 US patents in his name, as well as patents in other countries. He invented the light bulb, and founded the Edison Electric Light Company, which later became the General Electric Company, or GE. So, according to Thomas Edison, we will make electricity so cheap that only the rich will burn candles. Okay, so does everybody know Thomas Edison? Can I see your thumbs up? Okay, very good. Next, we have Henry Ford. Okay, so Henry Ford is the founder of the Ford. Okay, he founded the Fordism, the revolution of the American worker. Henry Ford developed and manufactured the first automobile for the middle class American. The next one is Martin Cooper. Okay, Martin Cooper. According to Martin Cooper, a personal telephone, something that would represent an individual. So you could assign a number not to a place, not to a desk, not to a home, but to a person. Now, while working at Motorola in 1970s, Martin Cooper invented the first handheld cellular mobile phone and led the 10-year process of bringing it to market. His vision for his new mobile phone was a personal telephone. Now, something that would represent an individual, okay? So you could assign a number, not a place, not a desk, not a home, but to a person. That's from Martin Cooper. The next one is Larry Page, who invented Google. Okay, and he introduced the democratization of the information. That Google is the giant company has gone far beyond its core service of returning results to individual queries, developing 23 additional services and products ranging from work and productivity to language translation, mapping and navigation, code storage, and virtual assistants. Now, so here we go. So they have all an amazing journey as entrepreneurs, but of course, their journey is not as simple as how we think it. Okay, so as I was saying a while ago, entrepreneurs are the catalyst within the marketplace because they bring systemic change within the marketplace. Had it not been for our entrepreneurs, I think there is no innovation. There is new invention of the new products and ideas. Entrepreneurs, they challenge the unknown and continuously they create the future. Okay, in today's generation, the entrepreneurs are considered also as the heroes of today or heroes of the marketplace because they start up companies and ultimately they create job opportunities. Such an amazing initiative, no, or endeavor from our entrepreneurs. Okay, can I ask everyone to clap your hands to our entrepreneurs? 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3. Everybody clap your hands. Well, anyway, I heard at least 2 or 3. Oh, thank you so much for that warm response. Well, anyway, okay. So there is one famous quotation. Actually, the economy of the United States of America has been revitalized due to the efforts of these entrepreneurs. Now, there's one famous quotation that summarizes the different things about becoming an entrepreneur. Okay, again, there is one famous quotation that summarizes the different things about an entrepreneur. Okay, according to this quotation, anyone can be an entrepreneur who wants to walk in the deep, dark canyons of uncertainty and wants to experience the breathtaking highlands of success. Wow, no? Again, anyone can be an entrepreneur who wants to walk in the deep, dark canyons of uncertainty and wants to experience the breathtaking highlands of success. Again, so an entrepreneurship journey is not a one-night event or one week or 1 year event, but it's actually a long journey. And along the way, you may encounter a lot of problems or hurdles, but failure for an entrepreneur is not a person. It's an event in their lives that should be celebrated because entrepreneurs learned from their failures. And of course, your story as a successful entrepreneur can become more interesting when you also share your failures to other people and ultimately how you overcome this failure to become a successful entrepreneur. Okay, now I just would like to show the roadmap of my presentation. So later on, I will be tackling about self-discovery, what does passion can do, in what is the contribution of self-discovery or passion in becoming an entrepreneur. Then after that one, I will also be discussing how to generate significant ideas or potential ideas that can become a potential business venture. And also, after generating idea, it's time already to evaluate if the idea is worth converting into a business venture. Then in order to really validate if the idea is possible or feasible for in converting into a business venture, then we will touch the idea validation. But of course, a lot of business wannabes, there are a lot of students or people who would like to become an entrepreneurs, but there are things that that make them reluctant or hesitant in pursuing to becoming an entrepreneur because of some misbeliefs. These myths or misbeliefs have been dispelled. No, a lot of studies also have been conducted in order to dispel all these myths, but still a lot of people believe in these myths. Now, the first myth is one of the reasons why a lot of people do not pursue entrepreneurship because they think that entrepreneurs are doers only and not thinkers. Entrepreneurs are doers only and not thinkers. FYI, this is a misbelief or a false belief. Why? Now, although it is true that entrepreneurs tend toward action, they are also thinkers. Indeed, they're often very methodical persons who plan their moves carefully. Of course, when we do the best plan, when we do the planning, we have to think. We have to think. We do not only act. So it's not true that entrepreneurs are doers only and not thinkers, because in doing business, you have to analyze the market, you have to analyze the competitors, you have to analyze also future changes in the market. Now, the next one is entrepreneurs are born, not made. According to this is again a misbelief. Anyone, again, as I was saying, can be an entrepreneur. Now, the idea that the characteristics of entrepreneurs cannot be taught or learned, that they are innate traits, one must be born, has long been prevalent, because entrepreneurship can be learned by attending seminars or watching some videos on YouTube or attending some entrepreneurship webinars or trainings. So along the way, you will learn the different things about an entrepreneurship, and gotcha, you will become an entrepreneur. So do not believe that entrepreneurs are born, because entrepreneurs can also be made. Now, the next one is entrepreneurs are always inventors. Let's take a closer look at the success story of McDonald's. Richard Kroc, or Ray Kroc, is not the one who invented McDonald's, but because of his brilliant idea to open McDonald's to franchise, this has made McDonald's as one of the largest food chains in the world. Now, to tell you, Richard Kroc or Ray Kroc is not an inventor, but because of his brilliant idea, McDonald's has got a long way. Now, the next one, entrepreneurs are academic and social misfits. Now, the belief that entrepreneurs are academically and socially ineffective is a result of some business owners having started successful enterprises after dropping out of school or quitting a job. Mind you, guys, there are successful entrepreneurs who are not even graduates of business courses. We have janitors, we have security guards, we have engineers, we have lawyers, we have teachers who actually became successful entrepreneurs. But what they did is that they submitted themselves to learning about an entrepreneur, about entrepreneurship. The next one is entrepreneurs must fit the profile. Now, there are a lot of successful entrepreneurs, but there is no such thing as an absolute formula why they become a successful entrepreneur. But one thing is that they have common denominator. I think that is the tenacity or the quality of being determined to become an entrepreneur, accompanied by commitment to become a successful entrepreneur. Now, another misbelief about entrepreneurship is that all entrepreneurs need is money. Now, for your information, guys, there are a lot of entrepreneurs whose primary objective is to help other people, is to help their charitable institutions, or to create or to found a organized a non-government or a foundation that will help a lot of people. Now, there is one magical quotation, no, that could support this one. So that could support that entrepreneurs, that not all entrepreneurs need is money. Now, according to one of my friends actually have shared this to me. Now, the secret to becoming a rich person is to share, not to share your blessings also to other people, okay? Or help others to become rich also. Okay, ultimately, the law of the universe will come in. If you love the world, then the world will love you back. So share your blessing, help others to become successful as well. Now, the next one is all entrepreneurs need is luck. Okay, all entrepreneurs need is luck. Okay, we are the ones creating our future. No, we are the ones creating our future. We are the ones having the control of our future. So whatever happens in the future is the product of how we do it today. Whenever we become successful in the future, and that is because of what we have invested today. Okay, so the entrepreneurs do not need luck because we are the ones creating our own luck. Now, the eighth myth is entrepreneurship is unstructured and chaotic. No, this is again a misbelief because in business, you are actually creating a system. You are actually creating, you are actually mobilizing the different or the diversity of people. Okay, you tend to manage. If you have the managerial skills and if you have that ability not to organize people, organize every aspect of the business, it becomes very systematic or harmonized. Okay, in my introduction, I've compared the entrepreneurs to the orchestra conductor who balances the different sounds and scales into a cohesive whole. What a fantastic talent from the entrepreneurs. Now, the ninth one is the most entrepreneurial initiatives fail. Though there is a study that says only 10 to 15 entrepreneurs become successful, no? Become successful. 10 to 15% only of the entrepreneurs become successful. Maybe because others have stopped because they encountered some failures. But this 10% and 15% have pursued, no, their journey. That's why they become successful entrepreneurs. Of course, along the way, you may encounter a lot of failures, as if you have heard about the story of the Lego. Okay, the journey of Lego is not a bed of roses. No, it's not a bed of roses, but the founder of Lego actually encountered many failures, just like the founder of KFC, Mr. Colonel, who actually almost committed suicide, and at the age of 60 plus, he just discovered, something that he did not ever do in his life, and that is cooking, or cooking for someone, and that is how the KFC started. Okay, so though most entrepreneurial initiatives fail, again, it should not hinder us from pursuing our dreams to become successful entrepreneurs. And finally, entrepreneurs are extreme risk takers. It is not true, because though entrepreneurs take risks, they take calculated risks, or they take measurable risks, because an entrepreneur cannot afford to invest in something they know that it will not give them a return. Okay, so are we still good, guys? Can I hear your nuggets, chicken?
Nuggets.
Are you enjoying so far? Do you have any questions? I will entertain questions after my discussion. Okay, so let me proceed now. So let us start now with self-discovery. No, I think most of the students, even if they are graduating already, have not discovered their being as a person. Okay, so what is self-discovery? Now, it is important for you to first understand yourself. Okay, understand yourself. Now, this lesson will help discover your passion, your entrepreneurial style, and build an entrepreneurial mindset using common sense principles applied to entrepreneurship, called the effectuation principle. Now, we will also go with some activities, no, to measure or to assess our entrepreneurship style. Okay, now, so let's start with finding your flow. Okay, according to a psychologist, Hungarian psychologist, now if you are interested in something, you will focus on it, and if you focus attention on anything, it is likely that you will become interested in it. Okay, do you agree with me? If you are interested in something, you will focus on it, just like how you are interested with someone that you love, because you love him or her, you focus on her or him, so you become you become successful in your relationship. But if you are also engaged with other guy or any other person, okay, more than one or two, or more than one or two, then the quality of time can be compromised. Okay, so the question is, can you tell me, something that you love most, or something that you love doing? Can I ask everyone to chat their answer, to type their answers on the chat box? Okay, so what is that something that you love most, or what do you love doing? Now, we are all passionate about something or the other, something that we love whenever we get the opportunity. Okay, now this activity will help us identify the passion of our interest. So at the count of 10, I want everyone to type their answers in the chat box. What do you love most, or what do you love doing? I would love to answer. I would love to see your answers now in the chat box. And your 10 counts start now. Okay, according to Diana, cooking and taking pictures, travel. I love eating, singing, cooking, sewing, service, cycling, doing arts, photography and eating chicken nuggets, calligraphy, reading, traveling and eating, planting, okay, writing, singing, gaming, sleeping. Oh my God, no, I miss sleeping already. Listening to music, singing and watching anime, photography, communicating and spending. Okay, dancing, sleep. Sometimes we are faced with a problem on how to start doing business. Though we are interested to doing business, but we face a problem of how to start a business. Am I going to start with $1 million, $1 million investment? Am I going to start with a product? Am I going to start with my customer? Where am I going to start? Okay, so one simple tip is start with identifying what do you love most, or what do you love doing, and from it start thinking of an idea out of your passion. So sabi to, I love making arts like painting, drawing, planting, reading, sightseeing, nature. Oh my God, thank you. Okay, thank you for that very active participation. You are all fantastic. Okay, now if you already have identified, okay, your passion, okay, or your passion, so here are some criteria, no, criteria to evaluate if that passion is really your flow, no, is really your flow. Okay, so example, while cooking or eating or sleeping, okay, do you lose track of time while cooking or eating or singing or planting or craft or gaming or sightseeing? Okay, so if your answer to that question is yes, then it can be your passion or your flow. Now the next question is, do you have the requisite talent or skills to do this? Okay, do you have a talent or skills in eating or in sleeping? do you, do we need a talent for sleeping? Well, anyway, it depends, I think. No. Okay, so do you have a requisite talent in cooking or singing? Now, if your answer is yes, then it can be your passion or your flow. But if your answer is no, then maybe you can set it aside. So the next criterion is do you take the initiative or you do not need to be pushed to do this? Okay, you don't need someone to push you to do that. No, if your answer is yes, then that is something that you that's something that you love doing. That something is your passion. Okay, now the next one is, do you grab every opportunity in this area to improve your skill levels? Okay, so do you have the initiative to improve that skill? Okay, or that talent, or that's something that you love doing? Okay, and the last one is even if the activity is challenging, you enjoy taking up the challenge. Okay, so if these questions to that something that you love most, if the answer is yes, then that something is your flow, no, your passion. Okay, now I am not saying that all passion can lead you to become a successful entrepreneurs, because let us not forget that the primary goal of the business is to earn profit. No, is to earn profit. So we should offer a product or service that is in need of our customers and our consumers. Though it's also very good to start with your passion, but you have also to identify a significant market or a number of customers that would buy your product or service. For example, if your passion is baking, like lasagna or chicken Alexander or leche flan or mashed potato or cheese cupcakes. Okay, so if your passion is into baking, now if you want to pursue it as a business, you also have to identify if there is a need, if there is a significant or potential number of customers that would love to buy your products. Okay, so again, remember these 5 questions to start with your business. And these 5 questions were taken from the Wadhwani Foundation. Thank you to Wadhwani Foundation. Now, let's have another way to start the business is using the principles of effectuation. Okay, so effectuation principle, when we say effectuation, it is a set of common sense principles that help you face challenges with common sense and focus on what is doable, meaning the most practical way or the most practical business venture. Now, in this session, you will learn the 5 effectuation principles. Now, the question is, are you ready to know the 5 effectuation principles? Are you ready, guys? Well, what's the answer? Are you ready, guys? Yes or no?
Yes po.
Are you still there? Chicken?
Nuggets.
Nuggets.
Okay, can I see your heart reactions or your smileys or whatever? Okay, for me to know if you are still there. Okay, let me proceed now to discussing the 5 effectuation principles. Okay, the first one is the bird in hand principle. Okay, meaning when we talk about bird in hand principle, it talks about taking advantage of your available resources, not taking stocks of your own means. Now, the bird in hand principle start with what you currently have, who you are, what you can do, whom do you know, what other means and capabilities do you have access to right now. Now, sometimes if we plan to do business, we actually immediately jump into thinking of a 1 million peso investment or 100,000 investment, and we do not pursue it because we don't have enough funds to do the business. Why not go back to yourself, conduct an inventory of yourself, and check the available resources that you have. Let us take a look at take a closer look at the story of what's the famous French fries? The potato corner. How did the potato corner start? The potato corner started just in the small space in front of their house. They used their old cabinets. They used their old materials, okay, kettles and pans to start the business. But look at potato corner now. In every corner, there's potato corner. Wow, what a fantastic story of the potato corner. So that's the principle behind the bird in hand principle. The next one is the lemonade principle. Now, the idea behind this principle is converting a problem into a business venture. Now, as you are dealing with a higher level of uncertainty, or unpleasant or pleasant surprises will occur. Instead of trying to plan all kinds of alternative scenarios, embrace the surprise and use them as clues to pivot your current ideas. I'd like to share this invention or business idea created by the University of San Carlos in Cebu. Okay, the peels and the seeds of mango. Cebu is known as the dried mangoes capital of the Philippines. Okay, so since they are actually manufacturing a bulk of dried mangoes, the peelings and seeds of mangoes have become a problem in Cebu. No, have become a problem in Cebu. But the university saw it as an opportunity. So what they do, they developed or invented a machine that could convert this peeling of mangoes and peels of mangoes and seeds of mangoes into a mango flour, mango tea, and mango juice. So if you go to Cebu now, you cannot see scattered peels and seeds of mango anymore because they have all turned into mango flour and mango tea. Such an amazing invention. The idea is converting a problem into a business opportunity. Then the next one is crazy quilt principle. Okay, can I hear everyone say crazy quilt principle? Go.
Crazy
Sales principle.
Very good. Okay, so when we talk about crazy quilt principle, it is building partnerships with people who select your idea. Instead of selecting people yourself, no, so if the people you partner with are as crazy about the idea as you are, you increase the chance of success. Okay, one question. If you want to become an event organizer, do you really want to have a catering service of yours? Do you really want to have a sound system of yours, or a tables and chairs of yours, or a venue that you own, or a flower arrangement that you have? What you will do is to tap the suppliers or providers of those businesses and create a network. And gotcha, you can already do your event organizing business. So you just have to network or mobilize the available resources at hand. The next one is pilot in the plane. Can I hear everyone say pilot in the plane?
Pilot
Pilot in the plane.
Okay. Pilot in the plane principle. The pilot in the principle focus on activities that are within your control and therefore have a better chance of bringing desired results. Now, an effectual worldview is rooted in the belief that future is made. One classic example of a person who actually is a pilot in the plane is Steve Jobs. No, Steve Jobs is the father of the modern what is that? He actually invented the Apple products, okay, and also the Pixar. Okay, he did not study about the acceptability of his ideas, but what he did was he created an opportunity, through his products. And gotcha, even if Steve Jobs died already, but his products still remains alive. Okay, but of course, if you are a pilot in the plane, you always focus on the finish line. Okay, what you need is to have an extreme discipline, an extreme focus or locus of control. And finally, among the 5 effectuation principle is the affordable loss principle. Okay, when we talk about affordable loss principle, limit your risk by understanding what you can lose at each step. It could be financial, reputation, or any other means. If an upcoming action runs the risk of losing one of your resources, make sure you can afford that loss. The affordable loss principle simply means what can you afford or how much can you afford to lose? Is that 20,000, 50,000, or 100,000 pesos? Okay, if you know the answer, you can now start your business. The next one we will do this activity. Can you see my slide, guys?
Yes,
Sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let's play.
Yes,
So I
sir.
want everyone to answer this one, and later, whatever your answer is, you have to type it or send it in our chat box. Okay, as you can see in your slide, there are 5 statements: the M1, the M2, the M3, the M4, and the M5. And each statement will be evaluated using the 4 measures. Okay, we have the not very true of me, which is equivalent to 1. Somewhat true of me, which is equivalent to 2. True of me is equivalent to 3, and very true of me is equivalent to 4. Now, what kind of entrepreneur you are? Okay, let's start with asking ourselves, what kind of entrepreneur I am or am I? Now, let's start with the M1. Do I plan every detail and checklist? Okay. M1, do I plan every detail and checklist? If your answer is true of me, so you get a score of 3. Now for M2, do I look for a reference project to follow? If your answer is 4, if your answer is very true of me, so you got a score of 4. Now for M3, do I brainstorm to think of all possible out of the box ideas? If your answer is not very true of me, so you get the score of 1. For M4, bring the right people together. Do I bring the right people together? If your answer is somewhat true of me, then you got a score of 2. For M5, do I quickly gather the knowledge and resources needed? So I got the score. If your answer is true of me, I got a score of 3. Okay? So whatever M gets the highest score will be your M later, which will be revealed later. Okay? Again, you have to answer each M, and the highest M that gets the highest score will be your entrepreneurship style, which will be revealed later. So in 2 minutes, let's do the activity. And your 2 minutes start now. When you're done, you may type your answer in the chat box. Okay. identifying if you are M1, M2, M3, M4, or M5. Please type also the M, if it's M1, M2, M3, M4, or M5. Okay, so I've seen your answers already. Okay, are you ready to know what kind of entrepreneur you are? Can I hear your yes? Are you ready, guys?
Yeah.
Yes. Sure.
More energy, more energy. Are you ready?
Yes po.
Okay, so
I'm
it's
ready.
time. Thank you.
We're
It's
ready.
time to reveal what kind of entrepreneur you are. Then you may react later if you are okay, if you think that you like the results of the activity, then please show your hearts. Okay, now it's time to reveal for those who have gotten M1. Okay, so take a look at your score. Okay, what M has gotten the highest score. If your M1 has gotten the highest score, then you are a maker. Okay, so for those participants who have M1 with the highest score, you are a maker. So what does maker mean? The makers bring ideas to life through tangible plans. A maker sees the big picture and the smallest details, simplifies complex problems, and their strength lies in execution. They simply put, they're great at getting things done. The makers prefer processes and systems over people and apply their organizational skills across fields. The core desire of maker, they solve problems efficiently. The core fear is losing control, and the core priority of a maker is process. Their strengths include very disciplined and organized, goal-oriented, master planner, and their weaknesses include does not like to give up control, can be dominating or aggressive, low emotional quotient. And the famous maker is Henry Ford, the founder of Ford. Henry Ford revolutionized production and manufacturing, thereby making automobiles accessible to masses. Congratulations to those participants who have M1 as the highest score. You are a maker. Can I hear the claps of the M1? Very good. Now, let's proceed to M2. If you have M2 with the highest score, you are a merchant. Okay, merchant. What does merchant says? Okay, the merchant are often on the lookout for the next big thing. They quickly spot a market opportunity and unmet need and identify how to match demand with supply. They often tweak or improvise on existing ideas and innovatively apply concepts from other industries. The core desire of merchant is capitalizing on opportunities. Their core fear is losing money, and their core priority is profit. The strengths of the merchant include being decisive, persuasive, and improviser. But the weaknesses include focus on short-term goals, prone to taking shortcuts, and impatient. And the famous merchant is Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Group. Richard Branson is one of the most celebrated entrepreneurs who has made a mark in everything from music to space tourism. Congratulations to those who have gotten M2 with the highest score. You are a merchant. Can I hear the claps of the M2, please? Congratulations. Now, let's proceed to the next M. If you have M3 with the highest score, you are a magician. Wow, magician like Steve Jobs. Okay, so what does the magician tell us? The magician often challenges the status quo, and the magician dreams of what can be. He or she takes a risk and are not always calculated, navigate uncharted territory, and stays ahead of the market. Magicians are the ones creating the future, surprising their customers and competitors. Those are the visionaries and the rule breakers who ask, why not? The core desire of the magician is to innovate. The core fear is running out of creative ideas. And the core priority of the magician is ideas. The strengths include thinks wildly and imaginatively, has an innovative mindset, not afraid to challenge the status quo, and the weaknesses include impractical at times, high emotional investment in ideas, and defensive. The famous magician is Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple and Pixar. Congratulations to those who have gotten M3 with the highest score. You are a magician. Can I hear the claps of the magician, please? Isa lang? Only one? Thank you. Now, if you have M4 with the highest score, you are a mobilizer. Okay, what does mobilizer tell? Okay, the mobilizers are the connecting thread. They connect ideas, people, and resources and are great at building relationships and high energy. Okay, they are often involved at the grassroots level and tend to focus on the large-scale social problems and act as catalysts to bring about systemic change. The core desire of the mobilizer is to help others. The core fear is conflict, and the core priority of the mobilizer is people. The strengths of the mobilizer include connecting ideas and people, empathetic and compassionate, the catalyst for social change. The weaknesses include dependency on people is high and may lack depth or expertise. And the famous mobilizer is Muhammad Yunus, the founder of Grameen Bank. Muhammad Yunus is a Bangladeshi social entrepreneur, banker, economist, and civil society leader who founded the Grameen Bank and pioneered the concepts of microfinance and microcredit. Congratulations to those who have gotten the M5 with the highest score, M4 with the highest score. You are a mobilizer. Next, we're down to the final M. If you have M5 with the highest score, you are a master. Okay. Now, the master are experts in their own right. The masters are highly skilled and knowledgeable individuals with great passion for their chosen field. They adhere to high quality standards and expect the same of others. An expert is often looked up to as a role model, thought leader, or influencer in this industry, in their industry. The core desire of the master is to be an expert. The core fear is being average. The core priority is knowledge. The strengths of the masters include highly skilled and knowledgeable, confident, has high standards for excellence, and the weaknesses include can be inflexible, can become myopic, And the famous master is Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft and Gates Foundation. Bill Gates, undoubtedly an expert at computer programming, revolutionized the software industry by introducing the Windows OS. He is also a great leader and a highly influential philanthropist. For those who have gotten M5 with the highest score, congratulations, you are a master. Okay. Are you happy with the results of your activity, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes po.
Can I see
Yes,
your
we
reactions by clicking the heart emoticons?
Yes po.
Ayan, very good. Chicken?
Nuggets.
Nuggets. It's 10:30 already, and I think it's time for us to know, okay, to know, okay, another or to introduce another speaker from University of Merdeka, Malang. I'll get back to you later. Farza, please come in.
Thank you so much, sir. So let me just set up my camera again. Please bear with me. Just setting my camera. There you go. Thank you so much, Professor Estocada, for that lecture. I truly agree that an entrepreneur would love to seek for change, and no matter how many failures we might encounter along our way, small or big progress will lead us to change. And as an aspiring entrepreneur, I will always seek for change to discover and go further. And now I'm excited to hear another lecture that will enrich our knowledge. May I call on Dr. Andini Respondini for the introduction of the resource speaker from University of Merdeka, Malang, Indonesia.
All right, thank you, Maria. Mr. Rulli Krisnanda, S.Tr.Par MM, earned his bachelor degree in tourism management in 2015 and his master degree in management in 2019 from University of Merdeka, Malang. His research interest is in culinary and tourism management. Some of the courses that he teaches are hospitality management, MICE management, and pastry course. He is the owner of Friends Cake Shop and actively promotes food literacy as the speakers and judges in cooking and baking contests. Without further ado, Mr. Rulli Krisnanda, the platform is yours. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Andini, also Mr. Don, and all the team from CVA, from Result Technology University, and the dean, all the team. I would like to be very thankful to all of you because you inviting me to discuss, to overview, and then to having insight from one another from today, right? Yeah, Ms. Andini already introduced myself. So without further ado, I share my screen. Actually, this is very interactive discussion with Ms. Dunn, right? We discuss a lot of things there, and then I would like to share my screen. Sorry, can you hear all of my voice clearly, everyone? From Indonesia.
Yes, we can see your screen, sir.
Okay, thank you. And then what about my presentation? This is already appeared at your platform. Yeah, this is already appeared, right? All right, I will start with, yeah, the entrepreneurship concept is a really widely discussed concept, especially in the university. And then also in Merdeka University of Malang, we are one of private university that make our students in entrepreneur basis. So our university vision and mission is on entrepreneurship basis. So actually, if we discuss entrepreneurship from a lot of theory, entrepreneurship is very worldwide discussion. Yeah. So wait a minute. Yeah. So I will start with one quote that this is my favorite quote. Besides as the lecturer, besides I'm also the entrepreneurship. Yeah, the small entrepreneurship actually, right? So everything that we do now is determine our future. So the best way to predict the future is to create it, everyone. So if you want to become a good person, so please enjoy all the material and enjoy all the insight, because your vision is start within you now. Yeah, this is our agenda. Maybe I will. Yeah, actually, this is not introduction anymore, right? So I will elaborate all the introduction from Dan and bridging to my material. So, and then I will discuss about who is entrepreneur itself. Yeah, we already hear from Mr. Don that entrepreneurship is someone what is before maker, merchant, magician, even and mobilizer. And then types of entrepreneur nowadays and what the roles of entrepreneur, especially to change the world. The function of entrepreneurs is self and success entrepreneur. But I will discuss it in a smaller area that actually maybe if you that Mr. Down has presented before, that entrepreneurship example like Thomas Alva Edison and then like James Ford and another Steve Jobs, and I will make it smaller that how we can be like them. Yeah, maybe in nowadays because we have a lot of technology, so a little bit we cannot do the same thing or the same way like them before, because actually we already enjoy technology, already enjoy all the facilities, lamp, the phone. Yeah, so how we can be the entrepreneur nowadays, entrepreneur in our style. Okay, yeah, if I elaborate all the entrepreneurship meaning or entrepreneurship discussion, actually entrepreneurship consists of the first one, there is opportunity in our life, and then we have the innovation. The innovation is fulfill the needs of from the community, fulfill the needs of citizens, fulfill the needs of another people. And then when we handle the risk, because every innovation has the risk, even the positive risk or negative risk, this is resulting the changing social, changing of the economy, or maybe changing of the environment. So actually, all of us is the entrepreneur, because all of us, for sure, we have innovation of ourselves, and we also have a willingness to fulfill the needs of another people, because we want resulting a changing of this. So if I discuss it deeply, the entrepreneurship actually refers to all those activities which are carried out by the person to establish and to run businesses, enterprise in accordance with the changing social or maybe more wide about political and economic environments. Entrepreneurship itself includes activities relating in anticipation of the consumer likes and dislikes, feelings and behaviors, or maybe tastes and fashions, and the interjection of business ventures to meet all the expectation of the customer. Entrepreneurship itself is considered as a new product. That's why entrepreneurship is very close to the innovation. New product that would enable business to develop new form of business organization and new business activity and changing the needs of the society. Yeah, but in another discussion, the changing of not only about economy, not only about businesses, the entrepreneurship itself also can be changing in social. So actually from a person that can change their social condition or give them the solution of the social condition is also called the entrepreneurship, especially social entrepreneurship. So actually entrepreneurship is not only about business, not only about resulting money or running a business, but there's the changing of the innovation or the innovation that resulting the changing in something it also called entrepreneurship. So the red line of entrepreneurship is the innovation that resulting the change. There are many meanings of the term entrepreneurship that after a lot of discussion of a lot of my elaborate information that we can conclude that entrepreneurship is a system of operating product business or services business or social in which opportunity or existing within the scope of market are exploited. And then finally, we can define that entrepreneurship is building organization, providing self-employment, utilizing available resources, and then innovate applied to the novelty concept, bringing together multiple factors, and then identifying and exploiting all the opportunities to resulting the changing of the market. So now, from the discussion of the Mr. John before, maybe you can type on the chat box. Actually, now who is the entrepreneur is, or who is an entrepreneur from your inside? You can type everyone. Who is entrepreneurship? Who is the entrepreneur? So you can type everyone. Yeah, an innovator, or maybe another another answer or another insight. What is atau who is an entrepreneur? Yeah, risk taker, opportunity maker. Yeah, that's it. Anyone can be an entrepreneur. Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting answer. Anyone can be an entrepreneur. Risk taker. Yeah, innovative. Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay, thank you, everyone. Yeah, if we say entrepreneur in business concept, yeah. Yeah, creative and wise. Yeah, good answer. Thank you. Yeah, entrepreneurs in business scope. Yeah, entrepreneurs is people that who can detect and sense the availability of opportunities in any given scenario. They will utilize the opportunities to create new products or maybe new services or new changing by employing new production methods in different markets. And they will also function in different ways by using various resources who will give them profit. Okay, discussing about profit. This is one of good or successful entrepreneur should know about the profit. In entrepreneurs, profit is not only about money. Profit is not about the material or something that we can buy or we can sell. The profit in entrepreneur, yeah, is all about any advantages that we can get from our innovation or our creativity. So the profit of entrepreneur is not only money. It can be the knowledge, it can be the experiences, and then it can be networking. Yeah, so that's it. The profit of the entrepreneur. So if you want to be entrepreneur, please don't make your goals only about the money. Actually, for myself, because I'm also the entrepreneur, a small entrepreneur. If I can share my stories building a business, especially in cake business, yeah, I have a small cake shop, a home-based cake shop, because that's my hobby to make some cakes for any celebration. Yeah, in 3 years, the first 3 years, I really don't have any profit in form of money. Yeah, in the first 3 years, I almost to deal that. Okay, I will stop it all and I will be the lecturer. But after I thinking and after I read a lot of source that yeah, actually in this first 3 years, I'm not get some money or get a profit from money, but actually I get a lot of profit from another form. Yeah, I have uh, experience how to handle the risk, how to handle consumer, and then I have a lot of networking, and I had a lot of knowledge how to develop myself. So I think that's oh yeah. So the entrepreneur is not only talking about the money, but we are talking about that my previous slide. This is about how I can get opportunity to make innovation so I can fulfill the needs of another people. So I feel just like yeah, people needs me because I resulting changing of another people. For the example, some of my customer always ask me to make really different cakes or really different form of cakes that maybe I never imagined before, or there is no specific reference from the internet. But it makes me thinking harder and practice harder to make a special cake as my customer requested. So when I can make it and then my customer feels happy, yeah, I just said, oh yeah, I can fulfill the needs of my customer. And then when I see my customer happy, there's changing of his feeling, yeah, that's the profit of me as the entrepreneurship. Yeah, this is the small scope of entrepreneurship that actually everyone can be entrepreneurship if you have the innovation that can change and fulfill the needs of your society. Okay, yeah, these types of entrepreneur actually Mr. Dan has already discussed it before. Yeah, but I'll take the types in another perspective. Yeah, there's four types of entrepreneurs that I elaborate from a lot of source. The first one is innovative entrepreneurs, imitating entrepreneurs, Fabian entrepreneurs, and the fourth one is drone entrepreneur. I will discuss it one by one. Yeah, the first one is innovative entrepreneurs. This type of entrepreneurs is more interested in introducing some new ideas to the market, yeah, organization or even in the nation, yeah, like the maker or the magician entrepreneur, yeah. They are drawn towards innovation and invest a lot of time and wealth in doing research and development. So that's it, the innovative types of entrepreneurs. The second one is imitating entrepreneurs. These are often disparagingly referred to as the copycats. Yeah, imitation. They observe an existing successful system and then replicate it in a manner where all the deficiencies of the original business model are addressed and all its efficiencies are retained. These entrepreneurs help to improve an existing product or production process and can offer suggestion and to enhance the use of better technologies. Yeah, maybe imitating entrepreneurs is also a lot of people do from the startup. Yeah, a lot of startup is also I think imitating entrepreneurs, but they make some innovation inside the startup so they can use the better technologies. The third one is Fabian entrepreneurs. These are entrepreneurs is very careful person in their approaches and cautions in adopting any changes. They are not prone to sudden decision and try to shy away from any innovation or change that doesn't fit their narrative. So Fabian entrepreneurs is very careful person. The fourth one is drone entrepreneurs. These are entrepreneurs is who do not like a change. Yeah, they are considered as the old school. They want to do business in their own traditional or orthodox methods, maybe I said, yeah, of production and systems. Such people attach pride and tradition to even outdated methods of doing business. But if we discuss, according to your opinion, which one is more suitable for nowadays? Okay, which one is suitable for nowadays? Innovative. Are there another answer? There's another answer. Innovative entrepreneurs. Yeah, maybe if I said which one is most suitable for nowadays, the four of these types it can be. Yeah, maybe a lot of people will say that innovative is more need nowadays. But in another view, maybe we can imagine that if a lot of people innovate something, a lot of people adapt something or imitate something, maybe we will our society will be confused because a lot of innovation. It means that we have to adapt from another form of things to another. So too many changing, but actually this four type of entrepreneur is fulfill one another. Like a drone entrepreneurs. If we say drone entrepreneurs, maybe this is very useful for cultural entrepreneurs or cultural things. Yeah, the traditional method or the old school way method of entrepreneurs is need for make the cultural is sustainable. Yeah, for the example, like I think a lot of country has Chinatown. Yeah, the Chinatown is usually the drone or the old school entrepreneur inside them because they make the culture is still alive in modern condition. Like the Fabian entrepreneurs, yeah, Fabian entrepreneurs. I said that the entrepreneurs that's very careful to deciding something. Yeah, we can also learn from the Fabian entrepreneurs that in any condition, in any decision, we have to be careful. But in another side, actually, this fourth form of the entrepreneurs, especially for you, the students, we can make it better together. We can learn from this fourth type of entrepreneurs, especially for the newbie or the beginners entrepreneurs. Yeah, we usually do the imitating something before we innovative the some innovate something. We usually imitate something, or when we imitating the something, we can make the innovation. But when we use the innovation, usually innovation is really impractical in our society. Sometimes innovation is impractical, and innovation not all the people can receive your innovation. So that's why we have to be Fabian. We have to be careful when imitate something and make the innovation. Yeah, actually, all the types of the entrepreneurs we can learn from them. Okay, I'll push up to next. Yeah, next slide. The rules of entrepreneur. Yeah, the entrepreneurship. If we discuss in wide discussion, entrepreneurship can be considered as a national asset, and entrepreneurs are the drivers of that asset for any country. Like Mr. Dan video on the first, it is a dynamic process that not only increases wealth but can also create value that results in improved well-being. Entrepreneurship plays an important role in changing society, so it makes sense to cultivate, motivate, and remunerate this greatest asset to the greatest extent possible. The importance of the entrepreneurship is unutilized resource, labor, and capital are utilized for more efficient. Entrepreneurs take on risks in the hopes of making profits, or in the case of social entrepreneurship, of solving a problem facing communities. So the significance of entrepreneurs and the role of entrepreneurship go beyond the business world. The first one, entrepreneurship accelerates the economic growth. This is clear enough for you. The entrepreneurs are important to market economics because they can act as the wheels of the economic growth of the country. By creating the new products and services, they stimulate the new employment, which ultimately results in the acceleration of economic development. So public policy that encourage and supports entrepreneurship should be considered important for economic growth. A large number of new jobs and opportunity are created by entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship creates a huge amount of entry-level jobs that are very much important to turn unskilled job holders into skilled ones. It also prepares and provides experienced workers to large industries. The increase in the total employment of a country largely depends on the rise of entrepreneurship. So the role of entrepreneurship is creating new job opportunities in huge. By bringing innovation to every aspect of businesses, and entrepreneurial venture enhance production, utilizing the existing resource in the most effective ways. Entrepreneurs develop new market by introducing new and improved products, services, and technology. Thus, they help generate markets by introducing new and improved products, services, technologies. Thus, they help generate new wealth and add more to the national income, so the government can offer the citizens more nation. Like I said before, entrepreneurship also promotes the innovation through the right practices of research and development. So that's why the university students, you have to try to train yourself to always make the research and development in any kind of things, in any of condition. Try to research, try to develop, because entrepreneurship promotes the innovation. By you train yourself to always research something and develop something, I think you will be a good entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs bring the new innovation that opens the door of new ventures, markets, products, and technology. Entrepreneurs have a role to play in solving problems that existing products and technology have not yet solved. Solving the problems that existing products and technology have not yet solved. Because if I see some of new entrepreneurs or some of new students, they usually just imitating, but they not solve something. They just make something but not solve something. Like for the example, in Indonesia, a lot of coffee shop, a lot of coffee business, a lot of drink business. But actually, a lot of them also not solve the problems. Maybe they hire a lot of staff, they hire a lot of workers, but actually they not solve another problems. Like in coffee, we have some problems about the food waste. The coffee tree or the coffee bean usually resulting or produce some of waste from the production, like the coffee. If we order the espresso, so the coffee powder will be thrown out or just become the waste. But if you will a good entrepreneurship, you can research the coffee waste become meaningful or become more advantage of the coffee waste. That's so the point is solve the problem. And the third one, entrepreneurship can promote the social change. Yeah, entrepreneurs change or break the tradition or the culture of society and reduce the dependency on obsolete methods, systems, and technologies. Basically, the entrepreneurs are the pioneer of bringing new technologies and systems that ultimately bring changes in the society. At Duke, the Innovation Entrepreneurs Initiative that I have read before at Social Innovation, yeah, the program is about building upon and extending the strengths of the university to create a transformational learning environment to inspire, prepare, and support entrepreneurs, leaders, and scholars to turn knowledge into action and pursuing innovative solutions to the world. Yeah, that's the, one of example of the UNICEF Innovation Accelerator. The fourth one is entrepreneurship promotes research and industrial development. Along with producing new business ideas and thinking out of the box, entrepreneurs also promote research development. They cultivate their ideas, shape them into a new form, and turn them into a successful business in the world. Entrepreneurs are a special kind of people that they are always working to discover new ideas and improve existing ones. But their impact extends beyond their own companies and ventures. When an entrepreneur develops a new product, service, or idea, others often follow and sometimes even further refine the ideas. Innovation and industry is accelerated through combined action of entrepreneurs. And the last one is entrepreneur develops the environment and the technology. We often think the entrepreneurs in inventing totally new products and ideas, but they also impact existing business. Since entrepreneurs think differently, they can come up with innovative ways to expand and develop the existing enterprises. For example, modernizing production processes, implementing the new technology in overall distribution and marketing processes, and then helping the existing enterprises to utilize existing resources in more efficient way. To sum up, supporting and promoting entrepreneurship can have a positive impact on the country's economic and even existing business, and social entrepreneurship embraces the likelihood of finding innovation solutions to social challenges faced by communities around the world or around your society. Yeah, so this is the our nation hope for any entrepreneurs is about sustainable development goals. That we are as the entrepreneur, we have to know about these SDGs, how the SDGs is like I discussed it before about the coffee waste, how we can have a good health or clean health sanitation, or maybe sustainable of our nature. So become the entrepreneur nowadays, we have to understand about the sustainable development goals. What are problems that not solved yet nowadays? We have to answer it because the entrepreneur is all about the innovators. Yeah, entrepreneurship is about changing the world. Mr. Dunn is already discussed it deeply because this is his expertise. Yeah, entrepreneurship. Yeah, I just add some quotation that entrepreneurship is about changing the world. Yes, it is meaning that you seek the change, you seek the changing of something. Yeah, all the entrepreneurs set out to solve the problems. That is their purpose. They create jobs, drive innovation, they empower their employees to develop their skills and abilities, they bring new ideas, products, and employ other people to create a healthy standard of living. This is also the goals of the SGDs, right? They bring new ideas, products, and employ other people to create a healthy standard of living. Yeah, this is also the goals of SDGs. Given the right environment, an entrepreneur can blossom into a key member of society and improves the life of others and possibly inspire them to create their own businesses. So actually, become entrepreneurs, guys, is not only, yeah, I will give you a job, and then I keep my secret. Yeah, for example, my business, about cake business. I never keep my secret about the recipe, about my skill, because I believe if my staff or if my cook is have the same skill like me, yeah, they will improve my products too. You can imagine if I have a lot of cake orders in one day, and only me that has the secret. Yeah, so I will feel difficult to finish all the orders. But if I share the secret recipe and I share the skill to my cook, to my staff, they will uh, balancing my ability about that. If maybe the negative things comes, maybe my workers come out from my business and they sell my recipe by self, for sure everyone has the trust. Yeah, everyone has trust, so it can be not same again. Many brands and big companies give back to the communities in which they thrive through corporate social responsibilities such as corporate philanthropy, community volunteering, or social responsible business practices. This is also about social entrepreneurship. Yeah, so now I will discuss about how to trace of successful entrepreneurs. I think your lecturer or all of my lecturer always give us this. Just of successful entrepreneurs is about vision. We have to sticking at it. We have to get the patient. We have self-confidence. We have to be adaptability, rule breaking, and all. But actually, the question, how we can be the successful entrepreneurs? What thing we have to do to be the standpoint? Yeah. How we can motivate ourselves? How we can have the patience of something? Actually, Mr. Dan already say about this. The main point is this habits. Yeah, I just share to you about these 10 daily habits of successful entrepreneurs, but not only the successful entrepreneurs, but become the successful person. The first one, create a routine. Yeah, create a routine is very important for us to make, especially if you are the skilled person. Yeah, to make your skill better, you have to create a routine. The second one is keep the morning for the toughest projects. Yeah, I also make my morning, because in the morning our body is still facing the beginning of life. So give the toughest projects or the hardest projects in the morning. But this is sad facts, yeah, for me, that a lot of students nowadays, or a lot of Indonesian people or Indonesian teenage, is make the night as their productive time. Yeah, maybe yeah, they are still young, they have a lot of energy to still awake in the night, so they make night as the toughest project or the routine of them. But actually, if you want to be more productive, just try to keep the morning for the hardest project of the morning as your routine. The third one is work out or meditate, or actually not only meditate, yeah. Because our body, our brain is also need refreshment. If you don't have time to make a leisure, maybe, yeah, also leisure make our money is draining out. Yeah, so work out and meditate is the best way to balancing our life. Now, the most important is number 4 and 5. This is the give a head start to tomorrow and today. So scheduling anything and then prepare anything from the next day. Yeah, this is very important for you, because by planning something tomorrow in today, you can track your progress. And between, if you can finish all of your works before the due date, yeah, you can refresh yourself better. From these 10 daily habits of the successful entrepreneurs, we can say that the characters of entrepreneur is the facilitating character. An entrepreneur must build a team and then keep it motivated. So that's why you have to can motivate yourself by having self-confidence. How to motivate yourself is to balancing in any kind of your life. Where is time you work out, where time you work, where time you study, it must be balancing, so you can motivate your another person. And then self-confidence, entrepreneur must have belief of themselves. If you are doubt of yourself, yeah, another people also will be doubt of you. So self-confidence is important. Work with vision and mission. This is very important for you. Not only become the entrepreneurship, yeah. So if you live here, so you have to have the vision and mission. And like I said before, changing something, changing the resulting changing, yeah. You also have the vision and mission. Okay. Now I will tell you about one of success entrepreneur in Indonesia. Yeah, because nowadays, I don't know in Philippines, I think it almost same. Yeah, nowadays a lot of coffee shop, a lot of coffee, or a lot of coffee products is produced. Yeah, because drinking coffee or maybe tea, yeah, becomes the lifestyle nowadays. This entrepreneurs, his name is James Prananto. James Prananto with his colleagues, Cynthia Karonisa and Edward Jirnata. They are from Indonesia, have successfully built a modern coffee milk business called Kopi Kenangan. Yeah, this brand is very famous in Indonesia. So maybe if you come to Indonesia, you can try this. Yeah. This product is cheap enough, so everyone can hire this. Yeah, these 3 inspiring young entrepreneurs opened their Kopi Kenangan business for the first time in 2017 at the S.Tr.Par Tower in Seoul, Jakarta. Having a fresh, delicious coffee milk taste named Kopi Kenangan, yeah, because the product is very simple. So it has become well known as popular with coffee lovers. Until now, Kopi Kenangan has dozens of coffee outlets spread across various cities in Indonesia. This company owned by a young entrepreneur, yeah, Mr. James Pranata is the founder of the famous coffee brand. Currently, Kopi Kenangan itself is a coffee brand that has maybe about 600 outlets. The story behind the establishment of Kopi Kenangan was not only found by James Prananto only. So actually become the entrepreneur. If you want to resulting the changing, you also need another person. So that's why you have to be socialized. You have to have the circle, or you have to have networks, because we cannot stand by self. Yeah, the business was quite difficult at the time, because coffee lifestyle is not really famous in Indonesia, because the price of per cup of tea was 40 until 60,000, which was too expensive for some Indonesian. Yeah, in past, coffee or coffee shop is still luxury things. Yeah. and not very productive for them. Learning from this, they tries to better observe current trends, and they realize that many Indonesians like to drink coffee. From there, the idea to establish the Kopi Kenangan was born. They invited to open a coffee shop that sells quality coffee at a more affordable price. So this is their effort to solve the problems in Indonesia before this. Before coffee, especially the black coffee, is only for traditional people. But the better coffee has expensive price, so only rich people that can hire this. So the Kopi Kenangan founder tried to merge these two things. How the traditional coffee become luxury coffee, but it's still affordable prices. Having a fresh and idea, yeah, departing from the failure also, they together with her friends try to build this coffee. From this coffee, from the first they only have the coffee like this, but in another day they also invention that sometimes people drink coffee, they also want to eat something, so they give the pasangan ideal, the couple of the coffee, they invent the bread. Yeah, so if especially the teenagers, the millennial teenagers, they only breakfast not with rice in Indonesia. Yeah? We usually breakfast with rice, but nowadays is changing by only breakfast with a bread and a coffee. Yeah, but besides, they also invented long age coffee, which is a coffee that can be stored in some duration. This is also their innovation. And all the elaborate things of my presentation is actually entrepreneurship that we have discussed now is neither not a science or not a art. The entrepreneurship is a practice. So if you want to be an entrepreneur or the successful person, please train yourself to always innovate something. Please do the research, please develop something that you can find the innovation that can solve and fulfill the needs of your society. And the last but not the least, that there are no secret actually for the success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning for failure from your practice. So this is all for me. I think that's all, Mr. John. The time I'll go back to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much to our second resource speaker. I truly agree with Sir Rulli that being an entrepreneur means being capable of taking risks and being friends with the journey of the unknown as you create the reality of your vision. Once again, thank you so much to both of our resource speakers. Learning from our own resource speaker, Professor S.Tr.Par, has already set its privileges for us and made us go beyond of our learning capacities. And despite of us being capable to learn, we are most fortunate that we are able to gain more knowledge from a different point of view, and it is from our Indonesian resource speaker. I surely learned a lot, but I would like to check on my beloved fellow students. For sure, there's something they would love to share or ask. So I am now officially opening the floor for your questions. You can comment in the chat box area for Zoom people and comment section in FB for those who are joining through live. There you go. Let's wait for their questions. I'll check. Give us a moment to collect the questions. There you go. Let's see if there's a student who already asked. There's still none asking their question. Come on, guys, feel free to ask. Take this moment and time that directly speak with our resource speakers. Maybe I'll start. I'll create my own question. This is for the both of the resource speakers. I would just like to ask, how are you able to know that you are taking a calculated risks? Like, what are the criteria for you to take a calculated risk? That would be my first question as we're waiting for the others to ask. Professor Don, Sir Rulli.
I'm sorry. What's the question again?
For my question, I would like to ask, how are you able to know if the risk that you are going to take is a calculated one? Like, what are the criteria for it?
Okay, thank you for that. Good question, Miss Host. Okay, so one of the characteristics of an entrepreneur is taking risks, but taking it not extremely, but calculated risks. Okay, so an entrepreneur does not invest in something that he knows he cannot gain. No, he does not invest in something that he knows he cannot gain. So he measure how much he will gain from his or her investment. He also he calculates how much he will earn or how much return he will earn from the investment. And in addition, okay, the entrepreneur does not invest immediately or does not invest immediately without studying or without evaluating the business idea. Okay, so he has to analyze every single factor that can affect the business. Okay, so in that case, we can say that an entrepreneur is actually calculating the risk of his or her investment in a particular business. Thank you.
I see. Thank you so much, Professor. Then I think it's somewhat related to your kinds of entrepreneur, like the M1, by really digging into bigger detail before you plan, right? How about you, Mr. Rulli? How are you able to define if the risk that you are taking is a calculated one?
All right, thank you, Mrs. Maria. So about the calculate the risk, right? Yeah. If we discuss about the risk in entrepreneur life, there is negative risk and there is positive risk. I say to people before. Yeah, that any kind of risk is very valuable for us as the entrepreneur. I just share from my experience as the small entrepreneur. Actually, before you calculate the risk, you have to know the risk before. And how we can know the risk? Just make mistake. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. I always say to my students that this is your place to learn how to make mistakes, because when we have already passed from the university, we cannot make mistake, right? So I just say to them that don't be afraid to make a mistake. Before, from the mistake, we can learn something. But the most important in making the mistake, don't make the same mistake. You have to try another mistake. Yeah, from that mistake, from the experience, we will think about, yeah, if I have this mistake, what should I do? If I have this positive risk, I have this knowledge, what I have to do. Like for me, if I cannot make a special cake or maybe custom cake with the hard garnish, what should I do? Yeah, I have to learn from another people. Yeah, that's the mistake. And then maybe another, how to make something is not profitless. Yeah, I learned from my experience before. So I think I said that experience and the mistake, learn from our mistake, is the tools to calculate the risk. Because if don't know the risk, we can have a material to calculate this. I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Miss Farza, I
Yes,
just would
sir.
like to add something, no, a follow up to what Sir Rulli Krisnanda said. To do not be afraid to commit mistakes, no. Even Jack Ma, the owner of Alibaba, said that as the youths of today should embrace a lot of mistakes. No, do not expose yourselves to a lot of mistakes, okay, and learn from it. So, according to him, today may be worse, tomorrow may be worse also, but expect that if you learn from your mistakes, then the future will be very good. That's all.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for both of your answers. I think it's more about being familiar with the strategies, the systems, and on how you decide for the risk. And now, proceeding to another question. Let me just go ahead and check. This is from Demi Ballesteros from Pasig campus of RTU. What advice can you give to students who are aspiring entrepreneurs on building their routine? Because it can be challenging for some.
Okay. This has been an advice from the successful entrepreneurs, no, to go out of your comfort zone. And to go out of your comfort zone, because the reality is outside the four corners of the room. Now, one of the ways, no, to identify a potential opportunity is applying the principle of GOOTB. Okay, so maybe many of you would wonder, what does the GOTB mean? Okay, the GOTB means going out of the building. Now, going out of the building, and it's simply in similar with going outside of your comfort zone or thinking outside the box. It may be hard for you to go out of your comfort zone, because sometimes we are already being drowned, no, by our comfort zone. But to tell you guys, nobody succeeds in living within their own comforts. No, so you have to go out and face the challenges. Every day tells us a lesson, but how can you learn? But how can you get the lessons if you keep yourselves within the four corners of the room? Okay, so you can never become successful if you will stay with your routine. So you have to go out of your comfort zone, apply that, go out of the GOTB, and because opportunities are beyond. Okay, opportunities are out there. It's up to you to just open your eyes and appreciate the opportunities. One classic example is that if you are eating a round of pizza, if you are only looking at the eight round slice of pizza, without looking outside the pizza, you cannot appreciate that there is chicken and mojos, iced tea, or carbonara spaghetti outside the pizza. So, meaning the pizza can be eaten more deliciously when you eat the pizza together with the very cold iced tea, the chicken mojos, carbonara, and spaghetti. That is life also. That life is also like that. So you have to look at the bigger perspective, look at the bigger picture. Do not just focus on one thing, because outside forces or outside opportunities are better than the inside, because we can always control what's within, but we cannot control what's beyond. Okay, so go out of your comfort zone. Do not wait for tomorrow, or do not wait for everyone or anyone to push you to go out of your comfort zone. Okay, because nobody will give you your future but yourself. Okay, so guys, go out of your comfort zone and embrace opportunities.
Thank you so much, Professor Don. How about you, Sir Rulli?
Yeah, actually, Mr. Dunn has already answered it completely. Yeah, and I totally agree with Mr. Dunn. Yeah, If Mr. Dan said the example about the pizza, maybe I will say about the chicken nuggets. Sometimes if we eat chicken nuggets only, just fried chicken nuggets, it feels bored. It's same like if we stay in our comfort zone in one time or in one spot time, we will feel very bored. So that's why what I mean before with building the routine. When we like me, my routine is making the cake. Yeah, I will making the cake, the same cake from one day to another day. And on one point, if I only still stay on my comfort zone, I will be feel bored. Like we eating chicken nugget without anything, yeah, we will bored. Maybe sometimes we eat chicken nugget with the mayo, chicken nugget with this chili sauce, or chicken nugget with the cake, maybe. Yeah, trying giving something different in our routine will be naturally build our routine. Yeah, I hope this is will answer the Demi Ballesteros question that how to build the routine. Just do your routine and make something new, something interesting, or maybe something out of the box in your routine, and then naturally you will be find something new and find maybe another something interesting. I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much to both of our resource speaker. And I guess to sum your answer for this question, it's more about discovering new things, being really into exploring and trying things so that you're able to check what are the other things that you can improve within yourself. So proceeding to the next question, let me check again here. It is from Carlos Janeline. She asked here, as an entrepreneur, competitor is normal. What is your advice when you have a competitor within the area of your business? I'd like to go first.
Okay, competitor. Now, one of the strategies in entering the business is using the blue ocean strategy. No, blue ocean strategy. So there are two types of ocean, the red ocean and the blue ocean. The red ocean is the one saturated by the competitors. The other one, the blue ocean, is a space where no one will be competing to you. Okay. Now, if should you want to proceed entering the red ocean, always remember to have the best way is to establish a value in your product. No value. Okay. So why does the customer buy the product? Because they have certain requirements. They need the product, and the satisfaction only comes in when the customer was able to get the required, you meaning their expectation from the products that they have actually bought from someone. Now, okay, I have stressed, I have given emphasis on the value of the product. Okay, the value, the product can only have a value if the product was able to meet the satisfaction of the customer. So it's not okay when you want to enter the red ocean. Okay, be unique when it comes to the value that you deliver. Will be unique, okay? Because it's really hard to enter the red ocean because the competition is really stiff, and you might be killed by your competitors. But again, why enter the red ocean when there is space in the blue ocean? Okay, look for a space where you can position your product or your business, where you can get a market. Okay, but why are you going to put your business in a suicidal situation? Okay, but of course there is always a competition, and the advantage of having competition is continuous improvement or innovation of the products. Okay, so Do not be left behind with the competition by anticipating the future preferences of your customers. And by anticipating, you can integrate innovation, you can integrate continuous improvement and innovation in your product in such a way that you will not be left behind in the market. But again, the point is that why enter the red ocean when there is a blue ocean for you? Thank you.
That's a very great answer of Mr. Don. It's also related to taking calculated risks. As an entrepreneur, you always have to check first what are the disadvantages, advantages, and whatsoever. How about you, Mr. Rulli?
Yeah, sorry. The question is being innovative enough to be entrepreneur? Is it right?
Here, let me look for it again. I'm so sorry, sir.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questions. I'm also a little bit. There you go. From Carlos Janulin, as an entrepreneur, competitor is normal. What is your advice when you have a competitor within the area of your business?
Okay. So which one? The question. Sorry, your voice is not clearly before. Because
Sorry
maybe about
about
the signal. Sorry, maybe about this, my signal.
It's okay. So once again, as an entrepreneur, competitor is normal. What is your advice when you have a competitor within the area of your business? That
Oh
is
yeah, about the competitor. Sorry, because my signal is not really good. Yeah, about the competitor. Yeah, if we said about competitor, there's two ways to make us side from them. The first one is negative side. The negative side, if we see the competitor, yeah, maybe they are our weakness. Our trade, yeah, our trade for our business, our trade. But the positive side is I'm usually make my competitors as my book or my another resource. Yeah, from another competitor, I will learn something from them. Yeah, so actually, a competitor can be our friends, but in another side, our competitors is also become our new resource to learn something. Yeah, that's from me. Thank you, Mr. Maria. That's for me.
Yeah, I see. I love the answer. It means that when we have competitors, there's a disadvantage and advantage. Disadvantage is that they are being a threat, but it's up to us on how are we going to develop our product or service. At the same time, the advantage of it is that when we have competitors, it means that your product or service is in demand, right? So proceeding to the next question from Enriquez Carlos from 104P. I just want to ask, sir, what do you think is the best quality to be a better entrepreneur? Are we always going to take a risk every time we decide?
Okay, so I just want to ask, sorry, what do you think is the best quality to be a better entrepreneur? I think because an entrepreneur is exposed to a lot of risks. So if there is failure, it might lead to the entrepreneur to stop. But how can he succeed as an entrepreneur if the entrepreneur stops? So I think the word is tenacity, not tenacity. Okay. When we talk about tenacity, it's the quality of being determined. No, there is really power. You know, when I said tenacity or the quality of being determined. So ballistic, unstoppable. Okay. So those are the I think the perfect words to describe an entrepreneur. Okay. So if the if the entrepreneur is unstoppable or determined, no hurdles, no failure could stop him from becoming successful. Okay, so then there is a question: we are always going to take risk every time we decide?
Yeah.
No, there are situations that you don't have to take the risk if there is no risk naman, if there is no risk. So there are situations that you have to take risk, but you have to really calculate, because in every time you decide as an entrepreneur, every decision has an impact to the business, has an impact to the profit. So that's why you have to calculate the risk, because it may, okay, it may result to a negative or positive results to or impact to the business. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Danat. So how about you, Mr.
Yeah, that's totally agreed here with Mr. Don. Yeah, because Mr. Don is more expertise in entrepreneurship. Yeah, and the most one point is how to be better. Actually, I said not only when you become the entrepreneur. Yeah, entrepreneur is, if I said we live with the risk. we don't live with our wife or our man. Yeah, we live with our risk. So become the entrepreneurship is never stop learning. There are no another answer. Just never stop learning, because life is never stop teaching us. So please always have the open-minded, because that's the key of not only become the entrepreneurship, but open-minded is how we do our life. So never stop learning, because life never stop teaching. Yeah, that's for me. But one thing that Miss Ma'am Andini said, that my PowerPoint is not appear in parts of my presentation. I really do apologize about that. Yeah, I really didn't realize it that my PowerPoint is not appear. So I send my PowerPoint in the chat box so everyone can download it. Please freely to download it. I really do apologize. Thank you.
Yeah, it's okay, sir. Most of your PowerPoints actually appeared. There's just really some delays to some, but it actually appeared. But thank you so much for
Okay.
sending it to us so that we're able to review. So thank you so much for your answers to that. And as much as we like to accommodate all of the questions, I think we'll see you on the second part so that you can ask for more, because now,
Parsa,
yes, sir.
Parsa, there is one question that I cannot afford not answering it. No,
I see.
if there's
Okay,
a
sir,
question,
go
if
ahead.
our business is from our passion, then why shouldn't we fall in love with our business? But if our business is from our passion, then why shouldn't we fall in love with your business? Because if you fall in love with your business and if your business dies, you will also die.
You get to attach it.
If you fell in love with your business and if your business, died, then you will also die. The question is, do you want to die? I think it all says about it. Thank you for that. Okay, thank
You're
you.
welcome, sir. How about you, Sir Rulli? Would you love to add on that?
Yeah.
On that?
If our business is from not our passion, then why shouldn't we fall in love? Then why shouldn't we fall in love with our business? Okay, this is unique question, because this is also about the feeling, right? Like imagine that, because usually if we have girlfriend or boyfriend, sometimes we already take some dates, and then and our love story, yeah, maybe there's sometimes we hate them, we hate our boyfriend or girlfriend. Yeah, that's normal normally. But the point is how we falling in love with our business, especially my business is more from my passion, but why I'm not falling in love? But maybe the matter is you are not falling in love with your passion, not really falling in love with your passion, because like me, I actually has the passion. I declared that my passion is in music. I never realized that my passion is making the cake. But when I try to falling in love with the music, often I try to yeah, this is a really bored or a little bit hard for me. But when I try to finding new things, yeah, that I feel that baking or making the cake is healing for me. So that's why actually, if you are not falling in love with your business, and other side your business is your passion, just try to give another experience or find another experience. Yeah, because a people or a person has another interest in their life. So I think that's for me. Thank you, Mr.
Those
Maria.
answers are very nice. That's very cute, Sir Don, that you would like to answer that. And thank you so much, Sir Rulli, as well. And I think that it's not good to fall in love with your own business because sometimes our emotions can create decisions that are not logical. So just like what Sir Donat and Sir Ruli said, that as an entrepreneur, we always, not totally always, but we have to decide by calculating risks and checking if this will be good for our business or not. And Mr. Donato said that you don't want to die with your business, right? So once again, as much as we'd like to accommodate a lot of your questions, but I'm sure we're going to see you in the second part. So that's where you can ask for more. And we would just like to remind everyone to register in the links provided by your class representatives as well as the evaluation form. And now to proceed with, I would like to call on some of the students as the panel of reactors for this webinar to share what they've learned from this International Entrepreneurship Lecture Series. May I call on first Miss Adeline Roquillos from Bonnie Campus.
Hi, Ate Parsa. I am audible po ba?
Hi, yes, good morning.
Hello. So, thank you so much to our speaker, Mr. Rulli, and to our head department. What they said is wonderful. Although I gain a lot from them what they said. Although I was I was most struck by their willingness to take chances and be creative. We make mistakes because that's how we learn, and that's also when we take risks. There are many businesses coming out now, but because they are weak, they don't last long. So, ayun yung pinaka-importante sa pagiging entrepreneur natin kasi para tumagal tayo sa ating business. And then, the first thing you should have is the willingness to take risk nga. And then, the second is being innovative. Since as time goes on and consumer preferences alter, you must advance to be competitive in business. You must devise plans to attract additional clients. Once again, a big round of applause to our guest speaker, to Ms. Rulli and our head department. Thank you so much po.
That's very wonderful. And thank you so much, Evelyn, for sharing your time and your perception with us. And now I'm proceeding with the next. I'll call on Miss Eunice Ko from Pasig Campus.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Good morning.
Yes. Hello, good morning to everyone. I can see that I'm actually very grateful for the expertise of our resource speakers today. So first of all, I'd like to take this opportunity as well to express my deepest gratitude to our faculty members, administrators, of course, and to all our team leaders / moderators for giving us this avenue to utilize this webinar with regarding to the lecture series under the International Entrepreneurship. I will just highlight a few points that really made me gasp during this webinar because it is certainly full of learning experience. From our first speaker, Professor S.Tr.Par, with the topic of entrepreneurship, what we need to know. I was astounded by his ability to understand the value of self-knowledge, or it's more well known as self-discovery, which really involves examining our values in order to live in accordance with what is most important for us. Examples are as follows, like gaining our centeredness, our strength, our firmly rooted sense of self, specifically recognizing our smart decision making in life. Like in general, he was trying to say that the virtue of entrepreneurship is about the process of transforming. It is the source of changing our world. That's why I can also say that all entrepreneurs have one goal in their mind, and that is to solve a specific problem in our society. In this sense, a great entrepreneur must be able to successfully impact not just a one society, but also one person's life. Another takeaways from our second speaker, Mr. Rulli, if I'm not mistaken with that pronunciation, which is about the topic of entrepreneurship concepts and roles. I like how he mirrored entrepreneurs as an engine. Like an entrepreneur is one who is always in charge. He or she is the one who leads the way and motivates. The person in charge of driving a specific business or a goal, which has the power to alter its course. It's like to pick up a speed, to slow down, or even to come up with a complete shot. One more realization of mine is that he emphasizes that entrepreneurship is more than financial gain. But there is one more thing that really sits at the core of every successful entrepreneur, and that is passion. Because passion is the real drive of all entrepreneurs. Overall, I just want to ask again what he just mentioned a while ago, that which type of entrepreneur best fits today's world? Is it an innovator, an imitator? Is it a Fabian or a drone? Certainly, I can say that it can be anything or anyone, or it can be all. But if you want to be an effective entrepreneur, you'll try to consider a better option. We should always go back with entrepreneurship goal, and that is to change the world. In addition, we entrepreneurs are viewed as the economic warriors. And in order to be better, what we have to do is to give what all we've got. I think that would be all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ate Ines, for sharing your perception with us. And I missed hearing and seeing you. By the way, I would like to call on Dr. Andini to introduce their panel of reactors from Indonesia. A virtual applause.
All right. Thank you so much to our beautiful MC, Maria. Yes, actually, I have two reactors here. Can we have Pranandika? Are you still there? Pranandika? If not, can I get Indi Auntie, please? Indi Auntie? Okay,
Yes,
I'm so
Miss.
sorry. Oh, yes. Indi Auntie, can you please give a reaction to the class? Please say that you are grateful to the two speakers, and what do you think the takeaway from this class? Thank you so much. Indi, go ahead, please.
She may be experiencing some internet connections problems, or you are on mute, Ma'am Andini.
Indi? Okay, maybe there's some
Technical
problems
problem
with,
or internet.
internet
Yeah, anyway.
connection. Okay, maybe you can continue, Maria. I will just do the closing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Andini. While we are waiting from the Indonesian panel of reactors, I would like to call from RTU Bonnie again to react about our webinar, and it's Ms. Jovi Gusto. Miss Jovi Gusto, are you there?
Okay, good morning po, Miss.
Morning.
Naririnig po ba?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay po, first of all, thank you very much for conducting this webinar for us, future entrepreneurs. So this webinar is very engaging. Our dear speakers consistently stood up to their presentation's title. They were able to give what we need to know. So by attending this webinar, one of the thoughts that took me was entrepreneurs don't think about money. They think about helping, and they think about providing what people need. The secret to becoming rich is sharing, just like entrepreneurs. They create an invention by their ideas that helps them to make money. And by this webinar, I learned that by doing what you love can help you to become successful. So again po, thank you very much, Mr. Estocada and Krisnanda, for sharing this wonderful knowledge for us future entrepreneurs. Thank you po.
That is very sweet of you, Jovi, for showing your appreciation to our resource speakers. And Dr. Andini, I would just like to ask if your panel of reactor is already there.
Yes, I tried to call them, but it seems that they are not contactable because some of them are having
Yeah.
other classes, and also the internet connection in the diploma of tourism also not so good. I'm so sorry about that.
It's okay, no problem with that. I just asked again just in case they are there so that they're able to also take their time. But since that, I would like to call on the last panel of reactor from Pasig campus of Rizal Technological University, Miss Melo Jane Ilao.
Hello po. Good morning po. Am I loud and clear po?
Yes, you are. Good morning.
So, good morning po. First of all, I would like to thank Prof. Estocada and to our second speaker, which is Sir Rulli. Ayan, wait lang po. Start yung video. Ayan, kita na po ako. Yan. So first of all, I do really admire the concept of Prof. Estocada, which he discussed about how entrepreneurs can change the world and how entrepreneurs can provide not only to the community and society, but also to the future of this world. And those misbeliefs and that all people think of entrepreneurship, that entrepreneurs only needs money and rely on luck or unconstructed and chaotic, which are all not true. That is, and that's anyone can be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs can be flexible and adapt in any kind of situation and challenges. And from our speaker, Sir Rulli, I really love how he talks about how entrepreneurs can make innovations in any opportunities and how entrepreneurs could handle risk and fulfill the needs of other people by their business. So this seminar lecture, though really taught me about believing that your failures or our failures, our future failures can be an inspiration and can we use as an experience to do more and to do better and best of ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Melo Jane. And I love the thought that you elaborated about what Mr. Donata and Sir Rulli discussed about taking risks. So it's a reminder to everyone that it's so okay to fail because there are a lot more chances and a lot more lessons to learn. But we have last two panel of reactors. And I would like to...
Maria, yes, I have one of my students here ready to
They're
react. Her name is Putri Septiani.
Good morning.
Morning, Putri. Can you please turn on your your microphone and also your video, Putri?
Yes, Miss. Please wait a minute.
Okay. Putri? Putri?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, please. And turn on your video as well. Thank you. Okay, very good. I can see you now. All right. Go ahead, Putri.
Thank you very much to both speakers, to Mr. S.Tr.Par and Mr. Rulli. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable knowledge with us. And I learned that it's important to always learn from our mistakes. And with this webinar, I learned I learned so much about entrepreneurship and everything. Thank you so much for sharing your lectures today.
Okay, thank you, Putri. Back to you, Maria. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Andini and Putri, for giving your time with us. And it's really cute that what's her best favorite, what's her best part for this webinar is all about taking the risks as well and all about failing. And I think that both of the resource speaker has empowered all of the audience here because now they have this mindset that it's so okay to take risks and have mistakes, right? Proceeding, we still have two last panel of reactors. I'll call on Miss Diana Conde from Rizal Technological University.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Diana Conde, and to share my takeaways regarding to our webinar today, I just want to thank Mr. Estocado and Mr. Rulli for sharing us the this wonderful knowledge about an entrepreneurship and being an entrepreneur. And for my takeaways, I just want to share, since entrepreneurship is aimed to or is about to change the world, we as aspiring entrepreneur, we should be the one to first make the changes enable for us to achieve of being a successful entrepreneur. If we know that there is something that we need to change in our routines, enable for us to get away or go out to our comfort zone, we have to start that one to change right now so that we have more time to improve and develop ourselves in able to be ready as a successful entrepreneur and to play the best role to our economic, social, and environment as a successful entrepreneur. And thank you so much again for all those knowledge and learnings that you have shared to us, Mr. Estocado and Mr. Rulli. And again, thank you and have a great day.
Thank you so much, Diana, for sharing your thoughts with us and for showing appreciation to our resource speakers. And for the last panel of reactor, may I call on Ms. Judith Angeles from Pasig Campus.
Hello, good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, good morning.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I just want to say that I learned a lot, and it is well explained to our speakers, and also thank you to our organizers who made this webinar happen. Okay, for my takeaway in this webinar, you need to assess yourself first, what you are passionate about, or what you are interested in, what kind of entrepreneur you are, whether innovative, imitative, Fabian, or drone. And you should ask yourself other self-discovery questions. By doing this, you'll have a clear path and objective as to what your core is. The quote, entrepreneurship is about changing the world, is what sticks to me the most. Entrepreneurs impacted the society not only economically, but also in other aspects, as they are, or some of them keep innovating or wanting to find solution to problems. I also love the Q&A session. We receive a lot of advices, cliche or tiring as it may hear, but go out of your comfort zone truly makes sense and opens a lot of doors for you. Ideas, opportunities, chances, growth in general promotes that quote. Okay, so the discussion surely helped everyone onto knowing what entrepreneurship is about. That is all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eunice, for that. And we really appreciate your time with us. So once again, thank you to all of the students who have shared their perspective. It is always inspiring to hear from my fellow students because it empowers me to go for more, knowing that I'm one with these entrepreneur students. Once again, thank you very much. And now for the awarding of the certificates to our resource speakers. There you go. Certificate of Appreciation is proudly presented to Mr. Donato Z. S.Tr.Par for sharing his valuable knowledge during the webinar entitled International Entrepreneurship Lecture Series given this 29th day of November in the year of our Lord 2020-22 via Zoom. Signed by Dr. Christine Y. Apalencia and Dr. Andini Rispondini. And to our other resource speaker, this certificate of appreciation is proudly presented to Mr. Rulli Krisnanda for sharing his valuable knowledge during the webinar entitled International Entrepreneurship Lecture Series given this 29th day of November, the year of our Lord 2020-22 via Zoom. So once again, signed by Dr. Christine Y. Apalencia and Dr. Andini Rispondini. May I ask the resource speakers to have a photo with us? Everyone, can you please turn on your cameras? And our tech team will be the one to take a photo of us. Let me know if everyone is ready, okay? There you go. Come on, smile. Say chicken nuggets. There you go. Okay, I'll count 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. And do we still have more slides? Give me a second. I'm just asking my tech team, how many slides do we have? Give me a moment.
We have 7 po.
We have 7 slides, I see. Okay, so let me know, are you ready, tech team?
I request everyone to open their cameras.
There you go. Okay, so this is for the first slide again. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. For the second slide, 1, 2, 3, smile. Proceeding to the third slide, 1, 2, 3, say cheese. Fourth slide, 1, 2, 3, chicken nuggets. Fifth slide, 1, 2, 3. Sixth slide, 1, 2, 3. And yay, final slide, 1, 2, 3. There you go. I hope everybody has been captured this very moment. So we might come to an end for this webinar, but I am most sure that we are all still bound to meet each other again as we go further in learning about entrepreneurship. And to close this ceremony, I would like to call on Dr. Andini Rispondini once more from University of Merdeka, Malang, Indonesia for the final remarks. So let us give her a virtual applause.
All right. Thank you so much, Maria. Good afternoon, everyone. Greetings from University of Merdeka, Malang to Honorable Director of UCILEA, Dr. Christine Apalencia, Executive VP of RTU, Dr. Mark D.G. Garvida, and all the faculty members of Rizal Technological University. Thank you so much once again to the team of UCILEA Rizal Technological University for your hard work putting together this wonderful and engaging class that bring benefit to all of us. Special thanks to our esteemed speakers, to Mr. Donato S.Tr.Par and Mr. Rulli Krisnanda for sharing your valuable knowledge with all of us this morning. To our beloved students and beautiful MC, thank you. You have done a very good job. Thank you so much and looking forward to other joint class together. Thank you and salamat po. Bye.
Thank you so much, Dr. Andini. And I'm sure that what you've said to us before we close this program will be remembered by everyone. And of course, all the lectures that we gain from our resource speaker, for sure, we will carry on because we will surely see you again on the second webinar for this International Entrepreneurship Lecture Series. So mark your calendars on January 23, 2023, and make sure to be with us once more. Once again, see you on January 23, 2023 for the second part of this webinar. Again, I am Maria Farzanea C. Santos from Rizal Technological University, signing off for today's event, the International Entrepreneurship Lecture Series, brought to you by Rizal Technological University Center for International Linkages and External Affairs, of course, under the Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship Department, both Boni and Pasig campus, and partnered by Universitas Merdeka Malang of Indonesia. One Entrep, level up. Good afternoon to everyone.
Thank you. Salamat magandang hapon.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Salamat
Rulli,
po.
Ma'am Andini, to our
Thank you
friends in
so much.
Merdeka. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you
Take
po.
care, everyone.
Raise the banner golden blue, keep it flying high, symbol of our pledge to you to serve our people, give the best of what we have, talent, skills, and strength, offer every honor back to God.